Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Redmissed in the house once again. How you doing? I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great. And we have a couple of chests to open. Now, we've been slacking a little bit, guys, because we haven't really played too much. But as standard, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up these free chests that we've managed to get and unlock over here. We're going to start opening up that one. We're going to open up this gold one. Let's hope for something special. And we're getting trolled with tons of mortars. What the heck is that about? But as you can see, guys, we have lost a couple of trophies. We've got a few trophies back. We lost some trophies. We got a few trophies back. And we've not been doing too bad, but we have had a few losses since yesterday. Now, I think this one here was the last one on my battle list. So since then we had a few more wins. We went up a bit more, but then we started losing some games. We started playing some really harsh games actually. Now I believe that this zoo guy here playing with he only just beat me because of that royal giant, which was really annoying. There was literally like 2 seconds left on the clock, and that royal giant managed to get down with a shot, and then he arrowed my tower. Ratty, whatever, Rat Pie, however you want to say his name. Um, he just absolutely dominated me, to be honest. The Pecker and the Balloon don't really have much to defend against air defense, and his Pecker, Dark Prince, Baby Dragon, and Balloon absolutely wrecked my tower on the very first push. But then I kind of knew what he had, so I was able to defend it fairly well. Wind was just straight up outplaying me because of that royal giant once again. Takes so much to kill that royal giant that he was able to just keep sneaking in with his hog rider. But I want to show you this match here, guys. Now, I want to show you this match here because I've been seeing this combination quite a bit since the update, because as some of you might know, in the new update, the golem has got a buff. Now, I'm very sorry, but I'm very dry, and I'm going to have to get a sip of drink. So, 2 seconds, guys. Okay. So, as standard, elixir pump at the start, because we have it. Princess to handle spam, goblins and the Valkyrie to get in and do some good work to that tower. Now the princess is going to get 2 shots off before those goblins manage to kill her, which is great because the Valkyrie got a couple of shots as well, which is even better. So archers are going to go ahead and defend those goblins while going in and getting a couple of hits off on that tower. Now, because he's just played his golem, that's a heavy elixir card, we just go ahead and put down our second elixir pump to get some energy. Go ahead and put down here, and then we see the 3 musketeers. So we go ahead and fireball the 3 musketeers, put down our barbarians to take care of the golem, and we zap the 3 musketeers because they're level 6. Our level 6 fireball does not kill it or kill them. Wow, I'm so sorry, guys. I've got like a frog in my throat or something. So now we've got 2 Valkyries down. We've got the Goblin down. We had the Princess taking out the cannon. That tower's going to be done, guys. The Valkyrie is going to be able to kill the Barbarians, and the Goblins are going to go down. But now the Valkyrie's gone down. But we got that tower. The Barbarians are down to basically 1 hit from the tower. So we're not got to worry about anything. We've still got that second pump going, no problem, hanging out, doing some good work for us. We're wasting a little bit of elixir here because we're waiting for that push. We don't want to use any of these cards until he actually brings his cards out, because of the particular cards that we know he's going to be playing. So now that his golem's in our zone, we're going to go ahead and do that, but he's refusing to play his musketeers. So we're going to use a fireball on his barbarians, and there's his musketeers, but it's okay because we've already cycled round to our fireball. That's how quickly we can get back to this setup. And to be honest, because of the zap and stuff, and then the princess doing some good work over there, we didn't even need to worry about it. The princess probably would have took him out on her own, with only a couple of shots on our tower. So obviously Valkyrie is going to go in and do some very serious work to that tower right there, and that's game over. So very, very nice indeed. Even though the buffs did happen, there wasn't a huge amount of buffs that it's become a problem to fight. Now I don't know what's in here. We got a few spear goblins, which we don't really need to buy any of them. That's fine. We're just going to leave them alone. But as you can see, guys, this is the deck that we're using. Very, very fun because you can cycle through it so quickly, and you've got some big counters in there. Obviously, you've got you've got two spreading units, the barbarians and the goblins. So that's really good for taking out. If you let them get over to your side, you can drop them and surround units, so you can surround things like the wizard and they're going to be able to kill them without taking too much damage. The Dark Knight, there's Sparky, stuff like that. You've obviously got the Zap that can obviously take the Sparky's charge away and make them take another 5 seconds to charge up, which you can get in there with some troops and kill it again, and stuff like that. The only downside to this deck really is air defense. If you're coming up against a lot of air defense, you seriously need to change the deck, unless you can work it that you can sort of take down whatever they're throwing at you with, say, the Zap or the Fireball, your Princess and your Archers. So if you're able to do that, then you're fine, but yeah, you do lack a lot of defense against air. Your push power. Now, I've been asked this question a few times when I've been out and about, and everyone's kind of like, well, how do you manage to win because you've got no push power? Now, this deck isn't about pushing into your target and taking a tower. This is about, excuse me, this deck is about defending your own towers, and then you building up a lot of troops to go in and push against their tower. But at the same time, I'm going to show you this battle right here, because if I remember rightly, this is actually got what my deck's pushing power has actually got in it. Now, this guy is also running a P.E.K.K.A. Prince combination, which is a little bit annoying because he's got both sets of minions as well, and he's got the archers in there. Now, he's kind of trolling a little bit because of, obviously, he's putting down the angry face because I've got a princess, but he's got more than enough troops to be able to counter the princess, and he's also got those arrows which he's not sort of let on that he's got yet. So obviously the prince is coming in. We're going to distract them over there with the archers. We're going to fireball the prince as well, which means he's not even going to get any damage on our tower. So now, as you can see, guys, we are already cycled back through to our princess. So here comes his giant, his thing, and this is the push power, guys. Valkyrie goblins. Now, it don't seem like much, but as you can see, he's completely ignored it, didn't even acknowledge it, and look at that damage. The tower's done. Tower is done because he didn't even acknowledge the fact that how powerful that push was. So obviously the fireball's going to go in there and get rid of the thing. The zap is going to take care of the stun. So as you can see there, guys, the push power of the Valkyrie and the goblins is horrendous, and people underestimate it. They don't realize it is that strong. And as you can see, that guy completely ignored it, and his tower is done. So once again, he's coming in with goblins, and he's coming in with a prince. So we go ahead and put Valkyrie down, we go ahead and put the goblins down. That is basically going to take care of everything. I'm not sure why he went and arrowed my king tower. I think it was to get a little bit of damage on the elixir pump. I'm not really too sure. But once again, guys, as you can see here, we're going to put down the archers to distract. We're going to surround the wizard, and then we're going to go in and take out the prince with our barbarians right there. I think he realized how much of a deadly combination that the um, Valkyrie goblins are, so he arrowed my goblins straight away. Once again, archers are going down, barbarians are going down, we're going to be able to defend his push no problem. And because of the way that we have got a very quick turnover of cards, the whole time he's not even able to go and play his P.E.K.K.A. So once again, as you can see, he tried to play a desperate ploy of the minions and P.E.K.K.A, but we just put a princess down and our archers down, which completely destroyed his prince and his minions. And in the meantime, because he done that, over on the opposite side, 2 barbarians, 1 archer, and a Valkyrie takes his tower. So as I say, it's not about pushing power, but at the same time, your pushing power is your Valkyrie and your goblins. Now, both of these cards you can get at very low stages of the game. I have used those 2 cards as my pushing power since almost day 1, and they're still in my deck. The other cards have been mixed in and out, but the majority of the time, my number 1 deck has included my Valkyrie and my goblins, because still to this day, people underestimate that push. And the good thing about that is the goblins actually push forward the Valkyrie. So they make her run faster. So instead of her running super slow like she normally does, it makes her run faster. So she gets on that tower. So if people try to counter with, say, minions, the goblins actually push her through that quick enough that they get onto the tower and will do a couple of hits. Now this guy has actually countered us very well. He went and fireballed our archers, he played down a wizard to take care of our barbarians, and we're kind of now stuck because we kind of just countered with those barbarians and then he's got a hog rider. So now we're kind of a bit screwed. So we go ahead and counter his hog with the Valkyrie and the fireball. He manages to get a hit on our tower, but hey, that's nothing too special. So he then goes and counters our Valkyrie with an Ice Wizard. So now we know that he's definitely running 2 wizards, a hog, so we know he's going to have a barbarians, and we know he's probably going to have either arrows, a zap, or a freeze. There's the zap that we now know he's got the zap. We know he's got the fireball because he's already used it. So we're assuming he's running the hog freeze, the hog zap. But we're going to get onto that tower. That fireball only hit the princess at the back, which means we're going to take care of that tower, which is happy days. So we're in a strong position. As soon as he's running a hog zap, we know that we just need to sort of defend it fairly easily. We know that again we got that coming up, so we're just going to go ahead and put down our elixir pump. Now the elixir pump isn't a very good counter for obviously countering the hog, because you want it to pump elixir for you, but at the same time it stops that damage on the tower long enough for my Valkyrie and my goblins to get in and do some damage, and we don't need to push forward to try and take anything, so it's fine. Now obviously he's coming in with a very heavy push here, so we're just going to say thanks very much and we're going to fireball the whole entire lot. And then the princess is just going to walk over, do a little bit of damage. We've got the hog coming in, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit down the barbarians. We've just found out he's got a freeze as well as a fireball and a zap, but that fireball comes in way too late that the goblins and the barbarians are able to take that down. So now we know what the combination of stuff he's got. We're going to have to sort of keep him under a little bit of pressure because we don't want him to go and get anything on our tower. So here comes in with the Valkyrie. The princess is there, the zap's going down. He tries to freeze the princess and he misses the barbarians. The zap goes down and we just give him a good game because it's game over. And even if it wasn't, then we were able to lay down enough spam that we would have been able to overrun him and take either his second tower or his king tower right there, because we had Valkyries. We had a Valkyrie, we had barbarians. We could have distracted his bomb tower, we could have got in, we done tons of damage. So that's pretty much how it goes. And then I'm going to show you this one right here, guys. Now, this one right here was this was just weird to me, to be honest. If this is the game that I think this is, then don't play like this, guys. So, as you can see, as standard, starting off with my princess, just because we haven't got the elixir pump, he goes and arrows her, so we know he's got arrows good enough that they're going to one-shot my princess. So we go ahead and fireball his mini P.E.K.K.A because we're going to get a little bit of damage on that tower. He comes in with his minion horde, which we go ahead and zap. So one archer is going to take care of that, no problem. Valkyrie's going down with our goblins, which is standard push power. He's got nothing to defend it, so they're going to get some very heavy damage on that tower. The Valkyrie's going to be able to take some big hitting. We've got 3 archers going in because he went and froze one of them, and they're going to do some very, very heavy damage on the tower as well. So as you can see, guys, one counter. This is what this deck is designed to do. He pushed at me, I countered him, and we took his tower, basically. His tower was left with, went down from 2,534 down to 3,346. So he's just lost 2,200 HP off of a tower because he pushed with a very heavy push. So here comes his mini P.E.K.K.A again. We tried to line up the fireball that we would hit the elixir pump as well, but it didn't happen. Then he kind of reveals that he has the musketeers, so it's okay. We go ahead and we put down a zap. We put down the barbarians and the goblins, and they take care of the uh, things, no problem. Get in and go and take out that tower, because again, he didn't have anything to the counter in time, so he just left the damage. Here comes the second pump. We've got a good amount of damage going here. We're just going to, because we're wasting elixir, we're just going to go put down our archers here. They're going to do some good damage on the elixir pump, and in fact, they're going to take the elixir pump out with that one shot from the musketeer. From the princess, sorry. So we know what he's got coming. We're going to start off with a very slow push over here with the barbs. The Valkyrie goes down in front to do some huge work. The zap stuns his cards there, or his guys there. The freeze was wasted and is now letting the barbarians come forward. He arrows the princess once again. He plays the barbarians once again, and already my Valkyrie's ready to counter his barbarians. So we've got no problem there. We've got archers this time. The Valkyrie's going to tank the damage from the mini P.E.K.K.A. The zap's going to stop the mini P.E.K.K.A from killing her, and he's going to go down very nice and easy. And because of the fact that our cards tick so quickly, it just constantly puts people under pressure. That elixir pump gives us, it don't seem like much, guys, but that one extra elixir all the time, when if you consider the fact that our elixir usage is averaging 2 to 3 per our cards, isn't that crazy? Because obviously we've got the zap, archers, goblins, and the the princess. Um, the only real time we're using the barbarians is when we're defending a hog rider, or if we know that we can get away with playing them down. But the barbarians are purely defensive. You don't push with your barbarians. You just build up a slow push. The only time you really push is your Valkyrie and your goblins. Other than that, you're defending. So you're kind of running good amount of elixirs all the time. The fireball is there to take care of barbarians and musketeers, wizards, tons of spam. Please do not change it to arrows, because this deck will not be anywhere near successful because the arrows are not good enough. The arrows don't do the damage, and this deck doesn't have damage to defend stuff. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of tactics with this deck. Obviously, you can play troops down and you can zap princes to stop their charge. Dark Prince to go and stop his charge. tons of stuff that you can go and zap. Like obviously you can go and zap stuff that so they just don't get one extra hit out, and your troops might go and beat them. You know, like the Valkyrie. Now it's crazy, but two Valkyries on each other. If you go and zap their Valkyrie, your Valkyrie is guaranteed to win, even if your Valkyrie's over on their side, because of the fact of their Valkyrie don't hit you once more. So really, really good stuff. Also, that zap can help defend your princess, because a lot of people kind of think, oh well, we're gonna let the princess target the tower, and then we're gonna put spear goblins or goblins down to kill her. And you can have her on the tower, and you can zap them. And if your zap's good enough, you can kill whatever they go and put down, which is great. Because if you look at this right here, guys, 154 HP for level 8 goblins, but this zap hits 169. So if they've only got level 8 goblins, a level 9 zap can go and kill it. Basically, the zap needs to be a level higher than the small troop that it hits, to kill it off, and then your princess is going to get more hits on the tower, and they've just wasted some, like, a couple of elixir. So really good tactics. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Please hit that like, subscribe and share for me. I really appreciate if you've already hit that subscribe button, and I shall see you in the next one. So thank you very much, guys. Peace on the streets.